Everybody, we're here at the Click restaurant in downtown Detroit with State Senator Coleman Young II, and he is telling us why he skipped the Mackinac Policy Conference this year. You've been up there before, but not this year.
Well, listen, I just think there's too many people who are hurting right now for me to be up there, singing karaoke and eating caviar and drinking champagne, smoozing or whatever goes on up there. I respect them if that's what they want to do. I just think right now it's just too many people hurting right now, and I think it's best not be amongst the people, especially since I'm asking for their vote in August and November.
So you've been campaigning in the neighborhoods this week?
Absolutely. I've been campaigning in the neighborhoods and going talking to people. We're going to go door to door today, as a matter of fact. So we're just out there making sure that we show ourselves approved, work hard, and earn the vote of the people in Detroit.
And a lot of people go to Mackinac to make those key connections.
Right.
A lot of people might wonder, well, why wouldn't you be there to try to win key support and financial support, too, for your campaign?
Well, listen, I think that we're getting financial support, and I think there's going to be a lot more key financial support that we're going to do. I think ultimately what we're going to do is we're going to win. And we're doing everything that we can right now to build that base in order to win. And we believe that the financial key support will be there once we do that. But this is a grassroots campaign. And that's what we're running. That's what we've always ran. And that's what we're going to continue to run, a campaign of the people, for the people, and by the people.
So you don't think being at Mackinac would be worth it this year?
Well, listen, I'm not saying that I don't think it'd be worth it. What I'm saying is I think right now there's too many people out there hurting. There's too many people that don't have jobs. We lead the country in terms of water shutoffs that are going on out here in the city of Detroit. Auto insurance are too expensive just for me to be out there partying or out there, singing karaoke or getting blasted or whatever it is you do up there. I respect people who want to go up there and party. I respect the Mackinac Conference. But I think right now too many people are hurting for their person who's asking to lead them be out there partying when he should be attending the needs and issues of the people.
They talk about issues up there, but you think it's just one big party.
Well, listen, they talk about issues up there, too. I find it funny that after 3.5 years, my opponent finally got out of the fetal position and started to actually want to talk about race. I think that's just absolutely hilarious. I don't know why he didn't do this all the rest of the years he was in office. It seems to be kind of a pattern. It took him 3.5 years to find the street sweeping department in Public Works, and now all of a sudden he wants to talk about race, but the young movement is building momentum. I just find it absolutely hilarious. But, I'm not knocking the Mackinac Policy Conference. I just think right now my time will be best working and asking for the people for their vote in the city of Detroit.
Does anything ever get accomplished on Mackinac Island, you think?
Well, listen, I think that Mackinac is more about setting goals and setting a vision for the future and what they want to do. I just think primarily we need to be focused right now on doing something for the people. I quite personally think with 48% of the city being in poverty, with this many people in the neighborhoods that are out of work, with 27% of these neighborhoods having having a 27% unemployment rate in these neighborhoods, I think right now, if Mackinac was serious about doing something in Detroit, they should have had their policy conference in Detroit.
Bring it to Detroit.
Absolutely. Bring jobs to Detroit. Bring your money to Detroit. Bring your investment to Detroit. I think that's something that's very important. It's something that we desperately need. I'm not knocking them going up there. I just think right now we need to really focus on the people who are poor, people who are struggling, people who are getting ready to have their water shut off, people who are really ready to have their houses foreclosed on. That brother that's going from job to job to job to job to job. The man that's walking 21 miles just to get to work and back. I think that's something that we really need to be focused on right now. And that's why I'm out here in the city of Detroit talking to the people and making sure I can have their vote in the election.
You mentioned car insurance, and the mayor has another push, and there's a group, a power group, supposedly, that's working on this issue to bring down insurance rates, this latest version.
A power group working on what? A plan, a rate reduction plan with no rate reductions in it? You know what I'm saying? That's like, we're in Clicks right now. That's like orange juice with no oranges in it. It's like cereal with no milk. This is just absolutely absurd that he come up with a power group that has this empty, useless policy that he wants to put forth. These are serious issues right now. People are hurting right now. And the question that you have to ask yourself, if you live in the neighborhoods, has your life gotten any better in the 4 years since this man has been mayor? I would say no. And that's why I'm running. Because if they don't lower these auto insurance rates, I'm going to sue the auto insurance companies to make sure that they do. Because it's racist, reverse redlining, and it must end.
But they're talking about a major reduction in rates.
That's all they're talking about. That's all they do is talk. They talk about this, they talk about that. There's no mandate in the legislation to actually roll back rates. They talk about if the insurance companies, the people who have been redlining us for generations, that if they feel in their heart they want to roll back rates, they will. But there's no mandate and there's no sanction. And as we know,
but don't you think if the but don't you think if the mayor really seriously pushed this issue, something could be done? It's a major issue in the city.
It is a major issue, but it's not just about pushing an issue. It's about making sure that you have something in there where it's done the right way. And right now, there is nothing in this policy that guarantees that they're going to lower rates. I'm not going to vote for anything as a state senator, and I'm not going to do anything as mayor until we make sure that we have a guarantee that we are going to reduce the rates in the city of Detroit. And if we had a mayor that was more interested in serving the people than being riggedy colluding and being the crook, we would actually have this done.
So your plan, you've got some volunteers here.
Yep.
You're going to be hitting the streets, knocking on doors today.
Absolutely. We're going to be hitting the streets and we're going to be getting it done.
What's your message? I see you have a new flyer. What's your message to the people of Detroit? Why are you the best candidate?
Our message to the people of Detroit right now is that we want to put our people back to work. We want to raise the minimum wage. We want to make sure that we lower auto insurance rates by suing the auto insurance industry if they're not going to lower these rates. We want to also make sure that we have more recreational centers in our neighborhoods. We want to make sure that we have more business development in the neighborhoods. That's what we want to do. We want to take investment and put it in the neighborhoods and in the communities where the people actually live in the city of Detroit.
Someone watching right now says that Duggan has done better than your father, meaning the late Coleman Young, and that you're trying to be your father.
Whoever said that, first of all, there is no comparison to Mike Duggan to the Honorable Mayor Coleman Young. I mean, if you dream something like that, you ought to wake up and apologize. I mean, all due respect to that person, but that's just dishonorable. It's disgraceful. My father would never have a city where 48% of the people are living in poverty, where you had over 80,000 water shutoffs, including the people who paid their bills. I mean, they had so many water shutoffs, they got a hepatitis A breakout right now, where 37,441 people have soft skin tissue disease and have a waterborne illness, according to Henry Ford Global Health Initiative. Not to mention the asbestos that's going on. Not to mention that everywhere Mike Duggan has been, there's been a federal investigation. Everywhere he's been. To compare him to the golden standard, the Honorable Coleman Alexander Young, which every single idea that they're trying to do now in the city of Detroit came from him. If they would have listened to him, we would have had mass transit and it would go more than 3.31 miles. I respect that person, but that's one of the most disgraceful, disrespectful things I ever heard. It's insulting. And quite frankly, if it wasn't so serious, it'd be preposterous.
Anything else you'd like to add, sir?
Make sure you vote for Coleman Alexander Young II. Come join the Young movement because the power of the people is always stronger than the people in power.
Thank you guys for watching.